What's up? To be serious, this is Fight Club 2K3. Um, I originally wanted to respond to your your video on Heidegger and being towards death, and you were asking anyone to maybe help you out and clarify things. I shot a 16-minute video, um, and I went through Heidegger's book, Philosophical and Political Writings, and I had a couple quotations. I broke them down. Um, but for some reason I can't upload it to YouTube. So, I could email it to you if you want. Um, and I explained that there's some exercises you can do to incorporate his thought into your everyday perception and perception of life and how things are. One thing I like to do, and I'll just repeat it here, is when I'm in that everydayness mode, when I'm going to work, I grab a cup of coffee, I go outside, I turn on my car, and without thinking, and with habit and pure habituation, I reach over and I strap myself in with a seatbelt. But on occasion, I catch myself before I do it, and I stop and I wait for a moment. I pause, and when I'm reaching over my seatbelt and I'm going to strap it in, um, I I ask myself why. Why am I doing this? And you can answer to yourself that there's a very real potential and possibility that on the way to work today, you could die. You could get injured. Um, you know, uh, Death is not really something that you need to strive to understand or grasp because it's already here, present all the time, and I, I believe that's what Heidegger meant by the this attunement, this angst, and this existential attunement that is becoming of this interpretation of his and the interpretation of phenomenology of life. Um, and I guarantee your day will be changed when you do that. Not in a bad way. It's actually pretty cool what happens. What really happens is that other things in life the volume gets turned down when you do these little practices and exercises with his thought, and you realize that you're going to work, you're playing a role, you got to play nice with the politics and the bureaucracies of the institutions of where you're at, or wherever you're working. Um, and it's funny because as serious as it is when you internalize this death thing, as much as you can, because I'm aware of Becker and his argument that we're constantly defending and employing our defense mechanisms against this awareness of death. But when you do that, things become it's serious, but things become a little bit light. You get a little lighthearted, like people take themselves so seriously, and I probably do too. I don't know, but it's funny because if you in this mode of work and everydayness, you can actually look out the eyes of an authentic being, and you could kind of laugh at people, because they're caught up in this humdrum business everyday life, and they don't even realize it. It's funny, and it'll, it's like it's like tragically funny in a way, I guess. It's like light. You feel light after. Um, but I have a little poem I just wrote, and I'd use idiosyncratic language only because I know you ask people to break down Heidegger in regular language, but you really can't do that because Heidegger employed that specific language in order to get over the conceptual boundaries inherent within the languages given. So you can't really, you kind of have to attune yourself to his language and to his narrative and take it from there and incorporate it into your thoughts and your life to understand it really. Um, yeah. So let me read this little poem. Maybe it'll help you out. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Yeah. So let me read this. Let's see here. The individual has to accept his fate and to love his fate, amor fati, because no one can escape death. And through this realization, the individual is free to act and condemned to responsibility for himself towards his death, forwards and towards dropping a meaningful, authentic existence and away from the tempting, weak, comfortable inauthenticity that surrounds him. An affirmation of life and an embracing of death, a momentum devoid of pity, but filled with predatory choices. Freedom and solitude is the authentic life of the sign, temporarily present within the temporal existence of the one. The one must fall back into the they because the sign must, because he must. And yeah, that was it. All right, so if that helps at all, um, cool. If it doesn't, delete it or whatever. Or message me back if it does help you at all. And if you want me to send you that 16-minute video that I did just before. All right, later.